What's up, you guys? Got another top 10 video for you, and this is my top 10 pants from 2025. So let's get into it. Before I get into the top 10, of course, I have, I think, 7 or 8 honorable mentions. So let's get started. First up, I got this cool free flex roll-up pants. These were women's. From time to time, I do go through the women's section, and this one was new at tag, and it sold for $69.99. Can't really go wrong for a cool new with tag item, even if it was women's. Of course, I'll still pick it up, right? I think I paid like $9.99 for this one. Next up, I saw these Prana Continuum pants. Now, the interesting thing about this one is that there weren't that many listed in this specific color. That's why I listed it so high for $70 on eBay and $69 here on Poshmark, and it sold for $69 on Poshmark. These were double knee, so that's definitely going to add value to a lot of items. I don't know if this model for Prana was discontinued, but there weren't, like I said, there weren't that many listed at the time, so I priced it high and it sold for 69 bucks. Even has some scuffs there, but still sold. Next up, I sold this Tailor Stitch Apris joggers. It's probably like the second time that I sold this exact item. I sold it for $70. Tailor Stitch is a very good brand, so be on the lookout for Tailor Stitch. There's the tag, and these were actually pretty faded. Still sold for 70 bucks. All right, next up, I sold these Todd Snyder corduroy pants. These were new with tags. Sold for $97, including shipping. So sold it for $80 plus shipping, plus tax and all that stuff. Todd Snyder, similar to what was the last one? Tailor Stitch. Does very good. Probably does better than Tailor Stitch in my opinion, but again, new with tag, sold for 80 bucks. Another new with tag item, sold this J. Crew Ludlow Moon pants. And this one I had for a while. Priced a little bit on the higher side, over 100 bucks. But these were new with tags. They had the moon fabric, which you'll find a lot with the J. Crew, like blazers and suits. This was probably part of a two-piece suit, but I only bought the pants. I only had the pants. Sold for $78 plus shipping. I sold these Sid Mashburn pants for $71 plus shipping. Sid Mashburn is another really good brand to be on the lookout for. Also, again, had some little bit of scuffs, had some fading. There's a tag Sid Mashburn. Very good brand. Pretty much pick up Sid Mashburn in everything: button-ups, jeans, pants, jackets, blazers. I've yet to find a Sid Mashburn blazer, so that's definitely on my bucket list. Next up, I sold these Rowland. Are we into the top 10 already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Not yet. Got 2 more. Sold these Rowland supply pants for $77.99. Rowland's a very good brand. Very, very good brand. I think it's like an outdoor type of brand. Let me try to zoom into the tag right here. There we got Rowland. So be on the lookout for that brand. Their pants, their shirts do okay. Their button-ups, depending on the model, I think. But their pants do very, very good. Their jackets do good. I sold a blazer from this brand for like 200 bucks. It was new with tags also. All right, the last item before we get into the top 10. I sold this Howler Bros fleece pants. And this one was called the Pelusa. And it sold for $79 plus shipping. And you guys are gonna see kind of a theme here, not just with in this video, but in my other videos I talked about, like, I price my items higher just based on if it's like an item that's discontinued or I don't really find too much on eBay. And same thing with this one. There wasn't that many on eBay. I don't actually think there wasn't any on eBay like this. So I went to Google, I looked it up, and it was actually out of stock. So that's why I priced mine higher, and it sold for $79 plus shipping. Let's say these were like $100 and they're out of stock, I'll probably price mine at like how I did this one, $80, even if it was used, and it sold for $80 plus shipping. All right, guys, let's get into number 10, my top 10 pants from 2025. First, number 10 is Redvanly Kent pants. These were new with tags, sold for $80 on Poshmark. I think I found these like in May or June. I found two of these and they both sold. This one sold for $80. Redvanly is a really good golf brand. There's the red tag. So be on the lookout for Redvanly. They make polos, you know, pretty much golf apparel, and sold for $80 new with tags. I think I paid like $5, $4.99. Number 9 is this Unbound Merino travel pants, sold for $85 plus shipping. Here's the tag, Unbound Merino. Doesn't catch a lot of attention. They make pretty basic items, but I'm pretty sure all their items are made out of merino wool. And these were the travel pants, sold for $85. So be on the lookout for Unbound Merino. Coming at number 7, again with the other Redvanly Kent pant, and this one sold for more, sold for $88, well, a little bit more, $88, including shipping. They were both blue. This one was a shade darker, but be on the lookout for Redvanly Kent pants. Even in used condition, I'm assuming they sell between like $50 and $70 probably. Coming in at number 6, I sold these Under Armour 8-in pants for $95 including shipping. I've done very good with the Under Armour Camo pants. Some of them have, you can find the models, like this one was called the 8-in pants. You usually sell these like during hunting season, which is probably what, like from the summer all the way through the winter, but a lot of these camo Under Armour pants do very good. And this is the second one that I've sold where I priced it at $100, and this one sold for $95 plus shipping. All right, and coming in at number 5, I sold these First Lite Curigate guide pants for $95 plus shipping. I listed these at $130 and accepted the $95 offer. And I listed these October 7th. They sold October 21st, so it took a couple of weeks. But First Lite is a very good outdoor hunting type of brand. There's their logo. They usually have the name First Lite, and then here's their logo. Here's the tag. And these were the Curigate pants. Pretty much anything in First Lite I'll pick up. Always done good for me. 3, 4, 5. Coming in at number 5 are these Polo Ralph Lauren utility camo pants, sold for $100. I think I paid $14.99 for these, and these were a big size, 44, which usually does good in my experience for Polo Ralph Lauren items. So when you combine the size with the style of this camo paratrooper style, also had some distressing. I believe this is like factory distressing, but sold for $100. These always done good for me, the Polo Ralph Lauren utility cargo pants. Especially if it's like camo like this, it's gonna sell for good money, $100 on that one. Coming in at number 4 are these Isaia Napoli dress pants, sold for $110 plus shipping. I priced these at $150 and accepted that offer. Listed this August 31st, sold November 14th. So took a little while, but I don't mind waiting a couple of months to get the $110. Probably pay less than $10 for this. But if you guys don't know about Isaia Napoli, there's their logo, which is a coral from Italy, Napoli. These were 90% wool, 10% seta, which is I think silk in Italian. But Isaia Napoli, pretty much in anything, does very good. Their button-ups can be a hit or miss, but if you can find their blazers or suits, those go for hundreds of dollars. So be on the lookout for Isaia Napoli. These sold for 110 bucks. Coming in at number 3 are these NIFTY.AI STIO Environ pants. These were women's. At first I didn't even know they were women until I investigated. I think on the tag actually says that they were women's, but I feel like if they were men's, they would go for a little bit more, but I'm not complaining. Sold for $115 and I paid $9.99 for these. STIO's another really good outdoor brand that you should be on the lookout for. Most of their items, if not all their items, do very good. I know their jeans do good. They usually get around 35 bucks. Their jackets obviously do very good, and their pants do good. These in used condition would probably go like for over 50 bucks for sure. All right, coming in at number 2 are these NIFTY.AI KITH pants. It's my first time finding this brand. I know it's like a streetwear, right? Higher end type of brand, but these sold for $200. So be on the lookout for KITH. You do have to be careful. I know they do make some fakes, but obviously this being NIFTY.AI, I just knew it wasn't fake. The quality was there, the tags checked out and everything. And these were called the corduroy Senate cargo pants. And I think I priced it a little bit high, 200 bucks, but I mean, in used condition, these probably go for like over $100. So be on the lookout for this brand. Sold for $200. You guys, if you enjoying this video, make sure to give it a like, consider subscribing, because I'm going to be dropping out the next video in this series, which is going to be my top 10 in jackets. So coming in at number 1 are these Ralph Lauren Purple Label wool pants. New with tags, sold for $200 plus shipping. And I remember I paid, I think, $20 for these. So if you don't know, Ralph Lauren Purple Label is the higher end of the Ralph Lauren brand. Anytime you find it for a reasonable price, I'm actually willing to pay up for this brand, just because I know that the demand is there and people are willing to pay a lot for this. As you can see here, $200. It was new with tags, so that definitely helped. But even in used condition, this would go for over 100 bucks. So Ralph Lauren Purple Label, be on the lookout for that one. All right guys, that's everything for this video. Hopefully you learned a few brands, or you just found entertainment in this video. If you did, give it a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next video of this series.